welcome back to our online class. So this is Monday, right? How was your weekend? I hope it was good. And did you go somewhere with your friends or your family on the weekend? On Saturday and Sunday, where did you go? Or did you have something special to do on Saturday and Sunday? Like, did you have any party with your friends or with your family members? I hope you did, and I hope that your weekend was good. So this is Monday, right? And Monday is the first day of the week, and this is also the new month, right? This is the fourth day of our new month, May, right? So on Monday, we always study about what? About Blueprint2, right? So on Monday and Tuesday, we are going to study about Blueprint2. And before we start our lesson, let's review what we have learned last week. So what did we learn last week on Friday? So on Friday, we learned about speaking tutor 1B, right? And we learned about how to create questions using the word how, who, where, what, when, do, did, right? So we use where to ask about place, right? For example, where did you go? Where are you coming from, right? And then we ask who to ask about people, right? Who do you go with? Who do you love? Who do you hate? And we use the word when to ask about time, right? When will you go home? And we use why to ask about reason, right? Why do you do that? Why do you love me? Why do you hate me? Okay? And we use what? We use what to ask about things, right? What is it? What do you mean, right? Okay, so today is Monday and we are going to study about Blueprint2, right? And for our Unit 5, a new place, we have finished Lesson 1, right? And today we are going to go to Lesson 2, okay? But before we go to our Lesson 2, can I review a little bit about our Lesson 1? So can you tell me what did we learn in Lesson 1? So in Lesson 1, for the vocabulary, we learn about types of transportation, right? Like train, plane, subway, car, taxi, bicycle, boat, right? And for the grammar point, we learn about comparative adjectives. And in comparative adjective, we have two, right? Comparison to a higher degree and comparison to a lower degree, right? And I think I don't need to go deeply into these two types because I'm sure that you know how to use it already. So now let's go to our lesson 2. So here our lesson 2, the title is It's Tiring. It's tiring. It's tiring. So what is our lesson about? But before we go to our lesson, let's go to vocabulary. Okay, so here there are some words. I think there are around 11 words that we are going to learn today. So let's go through each one all together. So here it is the same to our title, right? Tiring, tiring, tiring. Can you repeat after me? Tiring, tiring. So what does mean tiring? So tiring, it means that something that makes you feel tired. Okay, so for example, your teacher gave you 5 homework, okay, 5 homework, and then you say, oh, it's tiring. So it means that this, you know that these 5 homework can make you feel tired. So tiring is something that can make you feel tired. But before we go to the next word, I just want to know that all of these are adjectives and all of these words used to describe our feeling, okay, used to describe our feeling. If you say it is tiring, it means that thing can make you feel tired, like the assignment or the homework that your teacher assigned to you, right? Let's go to number 2. Can you read this word? You're right. Interesting. 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 So only 3 syllables, right? Not interesting. 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 So what does mean interesting? So when something or someone that is interesting, it means that you want to see it. You always keep attention on it. Okay, so that is interesting. For example, you like watching football, so you say watching football is very interesting. Okay, let's go to the next word. Confusing. 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 So confusing refers to something that makes you feel confused. You know the word confused, right? So for example, at school you have 2 teachers, and teacher A and teacher B. Teacher A tell you that you will have a final exam this month, and then when you go to meet teacher B tells you that we are going to have the final exam next month. So these two information make you feel confused, and then you say, oh, it's so confusing because teacher A tells you that the final exam is this month, but teacher B tells you that the final exam is next month. So this information is confusing, right? It makes you feel confused. Okay, confusing. Next, amazing. Amazing. I'm sure you know this word, right? So we use the word amazing to describe the feeling that when we see something that is so exciting, so surprising. For example, you have never been to Siem Reap, and when you go there and you see Angkor Wat temple, you say, wow, it is so amazing. So it means that you are very excited. And then we have the word relaxing. 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 So relaxing refers to something that can make you feel relaxed. For example, swimming can make me feel relaxed. Okay, it is so relaxing. Relax. And then boring. Boring. Boring refers to something that is not interesting. Okay, so we can say that boring is the opposite word of interesting. Okay, if something that is interesting, it is not boring. If something that is boring, it is not interesting, right? And then annoying. Annoying. Annoying, it can be said that it refers to a kind of feeling that you are a little bit angry. For example, you stay at home and then your neighbors, the people who live next to your house or your rooms, sings karaoke a lot every day, and then when you hear it, it's so annoying. So it's kind of feeling that not good, that you feel a little bit angry to something or someone. Okay, and the last one is exciting. Exciting. So exciting refers to something that makes you excited, right? For example, you never meet your girlfriend. So when you meet your girlfriend for the first time, you say, oh, it's so exciting to see you. Okay, so something that makes you feel excited. And then let's go to the next word, lecture. Lecture. So last week we learned about the word lecturer, like in a story called A Slothful Son, right? So lecturer refers to a person who teaches at college or a university, right? But here lecture. So lecture refers to a talk or a formal talk about a serious subject or about a particular subject that normally they do it to the students, especially at the university. For example, you go to university and then you are invited to join the lecture of science, the lecture of politics. So that's called lecture. And then professor. Professor is different to the word lecturer. So professor refers to a high rank teacher at a university or at a college. Okay, so lecturer is only a person who teaches at college or at a university, but professor refers to a high rank teacher. Okay, not a normal teacher. And then head here is verb, right? Head here means go. For example, are you going home now? We can say, are you heading home now? So head home means go home. So head here means go, or I mean to go. And the last one, on time. So when you are on time, it means you are not late, right? So for example, when your teacher gives you homework, you have to submit. Submit means you give the homework to your teacher. Give your answers to your teacher on time. On time means it's not late, right? So for example, you say, your teacher tells you that you have to be in class on time. It means that you should not be late, or you should be on time. Okay, so these are the vocabulary that we've learned today. Let's go through it each one by one all together. So here, tiring, tiring, interesting, interesting, confusing, confusing, amazing, amazing, relaxing, relaxing, boring, boring, annoying, annoying, exciting, exciting, lecture, lecture, professor, professor, head, head, and then on time. So now we have finished our vocabulary part. Now let's go to the grammar part. Okay, so the grammar part that we are going to learn today is about ing forms. So in English there are 3 forms of ing. So we will go to each point specifically and very detailed all together. So here we have children, main verbs and adjectives. So when the verb that end with ing, there are three forms that we should know. The first one, when it is function as a noun, when it is used as a noun, it's called gerund, right? For example, reading is fun. Reading is fun. So reading here, it is a noun, right? When the ing form used as a noun, it is called gerund. So reading here we call gerund. Here you see ing, right? Reading is fun. So reading here is a noun. Okay. The next one, walking is good for health. Walking is good for health. So where's the ing? Ing is here, right? So it means walking here is a noun, right? It's a noun. So walking is good for health. We call it gerund. And here, she likes running. She likes running. So running here is a noun, right? And we call it gerund, right? So when the ing form used as a noun, we call it gerund. That is the first point. These are the three examples. So now let's go to the second point. So ing form can also be main words in present progressive, or we can say present continuous. For example, I am teaching English. So here, teaching, right? You see ing. I am teaching English. So here ing here, it is the main verb. Teaching here is the main verb, right? You are watching my videos. Okay? So watching here is the main verb, right? And the last one, she is playing the guitar. Playing here is the main verb, right? It is in the form of present progressive or present continuous. Here, as you can see, she is playing the guitar. Can I ask you, why do we use the here? Why do we use the in front of the word guitar? So the reason that we use the in front of the word guitar is because guitar is a music instrument, right? So as you have learned about article the, we always use the in front of the music instrument. For example, the guitar, the drum, the piano, the violin. So we always use the in front of the music instruments. Okay, so you have to remember it. So ing form can be gerund when it functions as a noun, and it can also be main words like in the present progressive. Now let's go to the last one. So ing form can also be an adjective, but those adjectives describe about our feeling, like this one, like this. Okay, so look at number one. This cartoon is interesting. So the ing is here, right? Interesting. So interesting here refers to our feeling, right? Probably you like this cartoon, that's why you say this cartoon is interesting. So here ing. And then that movie is boring. That movie is boring. So here boring, it ends with ing, right? So it describes the feeling, our feeling. You say this movie is boring, it means that this movie is not interesting, right? It shows our feeling. And the last one, this TV show is exciting. This TV show is exciting. It means you like that movie, right? So here we have the word exciting. So interesting, boring, exciting, and all of these words describe our feeling. Okay, so now let's review about the grammar point again. So ing form, it can be function as a gerund when we use it as a noun. For example, reading is fun. Walking is good for health. She likes running. And it can also be main words in the present progressive or present continuous, like I am teaching English. You are watching my videos, right? She is playing the guitar. And it can also be an adjective that describes our feeling. This cartoon is interesting. That movie is boring. And this TV show is exciting. Okay? So now we have learned about the vocabulary, and we have also learned about the grammar point, right? I hope that you get more ideas about the adjective that we use to describe our feeling, and you also know about the ing form. It functions as three main points, right? The gerund, main verbs, and also the adjectives. Okay, so before we end our video, I would like to give you the homework. Okay, so if you have your blueprint book, please open it on page 67 here. 67. Okay, 67, you will see the grammar point here, and then you have to do exercise E, right? Exercise E, there are 6 exercises from number 1 to number 6. But if you don't have the textbook, don't worry, I will show this picture into the video, right? But make sure that you do it, and tomorrow I will check it. And don't forget to send it to your teacher. Okay, so that's all for today. I hope to see you again soon. Goodbye.